Well, guys, I think we should talk about these fires over in Hawaii because as time goes on, shit gets more and more suspect when it comes to what happened there. In fact, suspect might be a bit of an understatement, but since I can't prove anything either way, suspect will do for now. Obviously, though, first I question how it started because I ain't buying media claims that bloody climate change did it. Now, I'm not saying I know what started it because I don't and won't even speculate on it in this video, but Hawaii is well known for wildfires, so it being climate change is bollocks. Well, claiming it's 100% that is obviously bollocks because you could never prove it since hot weather's literally what the gaff is known for and the reason people go on holiday over there. Shit, the country actually has the best emergency alarm system to warn the public and tourists of dangers, and that leads us on to our second suspicious thing about these fires because the warning system didn't sound at all.
You what?
Now that on its own is very strange, but it gets even more strange when you hear the claim from local officials that the warning system isn't designed for fires.
Do you regret not sounding the sirens?
I do not. And the reason why, and
So many people said they could have been saved if they had time to escape. Had a siren gone off, they would have known that there was a crisis emerging. And as we know, so many bodies were found in the ground as the flames.
Do you want him to give you the answer? Or
I
do you
do,
want
but I want to
well, then
get it out there.
Let him finish his
I'm
answer.
sorry, there's a lot of people.
Well, you're
who
talking
want
and you're not letting him
answers.
talk. If you want to talk, come up here.
I'm ready for the answer.
Then wait.
the sirens, as I mentioned earlier, is used primarily for tsunamis. And that's the reason why many of them are found, almost all of them are found on the coastline. The public is trained to seek higher ground in the event that the siren is sounded. In fact, on the website of the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency, the following guideline is provided. If you are in a low-lying area near the coastline, evacuate to high grounds, inland or vertically to the fourth floor and higher of a concrete building. Alerts may also come in the form of a wireless emergency alert. Had we sounded the siren that night, we're afraid that people would have gone Malka. And if that was the case, then they would have gone into the fire. And so that is the reason why our protocol has been to use WEA and EAS.
Yeah, he actually said that the warning system is for tsunamis, despite the Hawaiian government's own website proving him to be a bloody liar. Here it literally says, and I quote, "The all-hazard siren system can be used for a variety of both natural and human-caused events, including tsunamis, hurricanes, dam breaches, flooding, wildfires, volcanic eruptions, terrorist threats, hazardous material incidents, and more." Yes, the name of the system is a big giveaway that this clown's lying through his back teeth, which obviously as you ask him why. Why was it not sounded if it's designed for fires, and why did this prick stand there lying about something that's literally on the government's website? Yeah, that sounds a bit strange.
Yeah, we got word for that kind of odd in English. It's called suspicious.
Then another suspicious thing is reports that none of the super rich celebrities who own vast amounts of land there suffered losses during these fires, or if any did, it was minimal. Those include Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, Jim Carrey and more. It also includes tech billionaires with homes all over the place, though this is not the most suspicious thing of all if you ask me. No, for me the most suspicious thing is the actions taken by the powers that be over there, whether it be the siren I mentioned earlier or them apparently turning off the water and not letting people leave.
All appropriate measures are being taken. The situation is under control. Please return to your homes.
The last two are bloody insane and should see people arrested and charged with killing anyone who's died because of these actions. But even after the fires, the powers that be continue to make it all seem a bit dodgy. Just listen to this.
I'm already thinking about ways for the state to acquire that land so that we can put it into workforce housing, to put it back into families, or to make it open spaces in perpetuity as a memorial to people who were lost.
Yeah, that tosspot's talking about the state grabbing up all the land while people possibly still smoulder in the ruins of their home.
For me, you're somewhere between a cockroach and that white stuff that accumulates at the corner of your mouth when you're really thirsty.
That's truly demented, but did you hear what he said about the housing part after?
For the state to acquire that land so that we can put it into workforce housing.
Yeah, that sounds a bit communist to me, and actually something out of the UN Smart Cities Handbook that reports say Hawaii's been planning for a while. Shit, it could be the container cities pushed by some that will make it look like that film Ready Player One or some shit. Of course, the fact the government's talking about acquiring this land made a lot of people suspicious, but it's not just him saying that, because apparently developers are already trying to buy people's burnt out homes, you know, like the utter scumbags that they are. This naturally went down like a lead balloon, forcing the governor to come out saying they won't allow it, which did make me laugh, knowing he wants to require the land himself, as you heard. So essentially what I'm saying is, all of it looks suspicious, and to top it all off, we even have a book written about the fires that's already out for worldwide distribution.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, there's a book called Fire and Fury, the story of the 2023 Maui fire and implications for climate change, which obviously sends alarm bells fucking ringing, I don't mind saying. Now obviously the title's pure bullshit, since there's no way anyone can prove climate change caused the wildfire, and certainly not this quickly, and then again not in a place that often has wildfires and literally always has. The day the Antarctic has a wildfire, you might be able to call that climate change, but we all know that won't happen, so don't even bother. Anyway, aside from the bullshit title, another massive red flag with this is the fact it was published on the 10th of August, you know, while the fires were still burning, but also talks about how it chronicles events from the 8th to the 11th. Shit, not even Diane Abbott with her numerical stupidity cocks up what day she's talking about, as this author Dr. Miles Stone has done with this book, or Propaganda Peace as it should be bloody called. I mean, here he admits it's pretty much that anyway. The book draws on scientific research, eyewitness accounts, official reports and media coverage to provide a comprehensive and compelling narrative of the Maui fire and its implications for climate change. So providing us with a narrative instead of the truth so we can make our own decisions shows just how much bullshit this book is, and that's before you even consider the fact that this book must have been prepared in advance. I mean, doing the research he said he did in the write-up to the actual book would take more time than's past, and that's before you get into the steps needed to actually write a book. This would take weeks at the very least when you include beta readers looking at your first draft, then editing done by an external party and all else that literally goes with it. In fact, when looking, the average time taken to write and publish a book is around 9 months to 2 bloody years, which granted probably talks about longer books than this tits pumped out, but still weeks would be needed at least. You sure as shit couldn't do it in a few days and get worldwide Amazon distribution, because I've been able to buy this book in paperback form for the past bloody 2 days. That's why I said at the start of all this that the entire thing stinks to fucking high heaven, and that's before you even get into talks of directed energy weapons, which are doing the rounds, as I'm sure you've seen. As it stands, I have no idea what's actually caused it, but I do have a great idea of one of the things that didn't start it, and that's bloody climate change.
How dare you!
Outside of that, the only thing I know is it all looks suspect as fuck.
Pandemic.
We're all